Hey folks, this is Molly Hillig Rodriguez, and I am from Women's Wholehearted Living, our great online community about amazing leaders, female leaders within our community. And kind of the purpose of this group is to really showcase the amazing women that are in our community. And some of our women are online, some of our women are in person. And I think it's really easy to jump on the internet and look for inspiration in like an article or in a YouTube video. All of those are great options. And everyone can tell I'm in Crystal Lake. The Metro is going by right now, so it's saying hello. We just got to roll with it. Michelle and I have had a couple of difficulties, and here we are. And so one woman that I think has great leadership skills that she has been cultivating over many, many years, and really great leaders do cultivate their leadership skills. It's not like we're just born with these innate great leadership skills, is Michelle Taglamonte. And Michelle is a former member of our community in McHenry County or the surrounding Chicagoland area. And now she has recently relocated back to her home community in Ohio. So Michelle, I'm so excited to have you here. I know our viewers who are going to be watching later, hey viewers, are going to be excited to hear what you have to say. And something that I really look up to in Michelle is our last conversation, she did say something that really made me sit and think. And it's like leadership is a personal process and success is a personal process. And we don't just start one day and all of a sudden we're successful or all of a sudden we're this great leader, but it really is a process, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's a lifelong process. And I loved when Michelle said that. And she is a woman who stretches herself in motherhood. She's moved from the corporate world and now she has her own small business. And in her business, she is successful, or she succeeds in business when she's really leading other people to be their best selves. So, Michelle, thank you for being here. My first question for you is, what does it mean to continue to invest in learning about yourself, and how does that support you be a better leader?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, thank you so much for letting me be on here with you, Molly. And I just totally love and admire what you're doing, because I think as women, we need to be lifting each other up and supporting each other. And, there's enough challenges out there in the world, on social media and in real life, that, we can be tearing each other down, and we need to be building each other up and lifting each other up. So I love this community, and I think it's really awesome what you're doing. And as far as personal development, I think it means everything to be continuing to do that. I think it's important in life to be kind of a perpetual student, to always be learning. I really do believe that if you're not learning and growing and stretching outside your comfort zone, or maybe even, I like the phrase better, expanding your comfort zone, because, we kind of have to learn how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when you're doing that, you're growing and you're learning. And when you're dying, and I just feel like it's just critical that and I think that the best way for me to feel like I'm growing and pushing myself is when I'm helping somebody else to do that for themselves. And I can see that, kind of see the world through their eyes and see those epiphanies, those aha moments. So it's important. And, as a mother, I love being able to see that in my children too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can so relate to the concept of motherhood. And I want to just paraphrase a few really important things that you said. That if we're not learning and growing, we are dying. And I believe 100% in that, whether our spirit is dying, whether we're physiologically dying, or just like who we could become, that dream is dying if we're not learning and growing. And
That's right.
The way you made a word play around expanding your comfort zone, it makes it so much easier. It's like, wow, I don't have to even step out of anything. I'm just like expanding little by little what it is that I'm doing. And I believe that is the ultimate like edge to sharpen in leadership, is that camp is for the counselors, right? Like when we teach others to lead,
Absolutely.
we really are learning more about ourselves. And so as you're talking about this, what if you're having a conversation with a woman who you are hearing like what I like to call like the excuses of why they can't do something, or like why they can't stretch themselves. How do you work with someone, maybe a woman right now, who is like finding all the excuses of why she can't pick up the phone, or why she can't have that challenging conversation, or why she shouldn't do that follow-up for her business? And she's using all the excuses. I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the resources. Like, what do you say, or how do you be with someone in those moments?
Okay. Well, first of all, I think 90, the percentages vary. I've heard this quote many, many times, but 90% of success is in our mindset. And I actually just did a post earlier today about how we talk to ourselves and how much love are we giving ourselves. If you're constantly telling yourself, I can't do this, nobody wants to hear from me, nobody wants what I have to offer, you're going to believe that. And that's what you're going to be bringing back to yourself. So I think the first thing is just, if somebody's saying those things to me, I'm going to be asking them lots of questions. I don't have time to do this. Well, how much time do you think it takes? Tell me more about that. Tell me more about what challenges you're facing, so that I can really get to the root of where they are, what's going on with them, and why, and is it really truly an issue of time? Because we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? But it's about how we manage that time and where we put our priorities. Because if I want to go get a pedicure really, really badly for my vacation that I'm taking this weekend, I'm going to go do that, right? I'm going to make that a priority, when that hour and a half or whatever could be used on my business or whatever it is that I'm trying to, whatever my goal is. So, but I'm making the pedicure my priority, right? And then all of a sudden I don't have time for what I want to be doing for myself, for my business. So, is it in your planning? Is it really in your calendar? I mean, do you really have those challenges, and can I help you work through that? Or is it in your mindset and how you're speaking to yourself and what you're believing to be true about you? And a lot of times people use those excuses as defense mechanisms for the fear that they have, that they're unworthy of whatever it is that they're looking for in life. And I'm here to tell you that you're all worthy, and you're all beautiful, and you're all perfect in your own way. And perfect is in the eye of the beholder, right? So I just, I have a very strong faith, and I just believe that we're all perfectly, wonderfully made. And so, but we bring about our own reality with our mindset. So I just think that that's probably the biggest thing that I'm learning for myself. And I'm not there. I have not arrived. I don't think I ever will arrive. All those signs behind me are there to remind me, to choose happiness and to be grateful every day, and to remember the plans that God has for me, and to be brave. All of those things are things I have to say to myself every day. And like you said a few minutes ago, the teacher always learns the most. Every time I teach this to one of my team members or somebody who's coming to me for coaching, it solidifies it in my own mind too.
Yes, I'm so glad we were recording just what you said, because powerful stuff about mindset, about fear, and using excuses to not feel or be with our fear. Right. And fear is actually okay. A lot of us ladies really try to run away from it. Fear is actually something, it's just a sign of our central nervous system saying a little something like, hey, maybe you could be taking action towards this, or this might feel uncomfortable, but that's okay. I actually love fear. I try to run away from it all the time, but when I allow myself to be with it, I actually think it's really something great that can be harnessed to motivate me to do what I need to do. You also spoke about priorities, right? Like, you talk about investing in the long-term goals of growing and making a larger impact with your business. But yeah, it sounds really nice to go get my nails done right now, because that's easy, that's comfortable. And getting your nails done is important, ladies, and not to mention the fact that it is really important. But what are you choosing in the moment that's really going to have gratifying results over a long period of time? And then, yes, those little voices, and this is kind of like the buzz right now around, are we worthy, are we deserving? And I love that you are using your faith to constantly remind yourself, like, I am deserving, I am worth this. And sometimes that's what we are going to need when we need to pick up the phone and make those scary calls, like, I'm worthy while I'm dialing. And sometimes it's like, wow, I need to really have this hard conversation around finances with my husband. I'm worthy, right. I'm worthy. And using those mantras on a regular basis.
Right. And just, there's a book called Face Your Fear and Do It Anyway. I love that, because, do it afraid. It may not feel good when you're stepping into that, but gosh, it feels amazing when you've done it, and what's the worst thing that can happen? If you're just wanting to have a conversation with somebody, it can be scary, and you can choose to have it or not to have it. But if you don't have the conversation, the answer, is always going to be in the negative because you didn't have the conversation. If you have the conversation, you had a 50-50 chance of it going really well. Right? So, yeah.
Michelle, you have just given us really great information to chomp on today. So ladies, I am encouraging you to bring out a piece of paper or get to the drawing board and write down in the middle, like, what is something that you're afraid to do, whether it's today, tomorrow, or over the weekend. Write it down in the middle and just remind yourself, like, I am worthy, I'm expanding outside of my comfort zone, and take action. Like, be afraid. Fear is okay, but do it anyways. And
That's right.
And when you show the world or the universe that you are willing to take that risk, massive things in positive ways will come back to you. So thank you so much, Michelle, for being here. What an honor to hear your voice and to hear some of the ways that you lead the women on your team. And what an inspiration you are.
Thank you, Molly. I appreciate it so much. It was an honor. And I'm just grateful that we were able to do this. It's so cool to have the virtual technology. And, I'm not in the area anymore physically, but my heart is still in McHenry County in very big ways. So I'm happy to have been able to be a part of this.
Great. Ladies, we look forward to hearing your comments, and we will make sure we comment back on any questions that you may have. See you again next week, folks.
Bye.
Bye.